received a lot of questions about whether or not there are female specific diet and exercise protocols. And I realize this is a vast landscape, but some of those questions related to menopause and premenopause, and some related to the menstrual cycle, most related to variations across the menstrual cycle. In terms of, let's just say, diet, maintenance or subcaloric diet, are there any things that you've observed? We'll talk a little bit later about this wonderful app that you've produced, this Carbon app, which helps people manage their energy intake and a number of other things. And so there you have a sort of a database, or at least an experience base. And then I'm guessing there are probably also studies exploring male versus female differences in terms of adherence and what sorts of diets work. Are there any general themes that one can extract from that?
This is going to be a really unpopular segment for the women. Doesn't seem to make a big difference.
Well, actually, they may be relieved to hear that, because it makes sorting through the information space, and certainly the information we've covered in this podcast up until now, simpler. It means that everything isn't different for them.
Yeah. So if you look at the male versus female studies in relation to diet, they seem to respond to some similar way. Like similar calorie deficit seems to produce similar results. If you do low carb, high carb, regardless, it seems to boil down to the same principles. Now, training wise, we do know that the muscle fibers adapt a little bit differently to training, but without getting too far into the weeds, it doesn't really change the way you should train. Because for the most part, building muscle, there's a lot of different ways to build muscle. So we know that like light loads up to maybe like 30 reps, as long as it's taken close to failure, have basically the same effect on building muscle, at least in the short term, as heavy loads for low reps. It's mostly about taking the muscle close to fatigue or failure, right? You don't have to go to failure, but getting close within a few reps. If you're between 1 rep and 30 reps, if you're getting close to failure, seem to produce similar results. So again, great. You can pick with whichever form of discomfort you prefer, right?